All right. Good morning. It's 9 o'clock. 9 o'clock a.m. here for me in Ontario, Canada, Eastern time zone. Man, I got my ass kicked. Sorry for swearing. I got my butt kicked. I still don't actually know the swearing rules, whether that actually makes a difference or not. I'm still not 100%. I don't know what I had. I didn't have COVID. I got tested, but it was something else going around, at least where I'm from. Might have been strep throat, might have been something else, but it kind of knocked me out pretty bad. So we missed quite a few streams, which sucked, and lost quite a bit of progress on this project. So the good news is we're back. I've got a bit of a deadline here this week, so it's let's see, it's October 3rd. Is it Tuesday or Wednesday? It's a Tuesday right now. So I'm gonna hit the road. Actually, I'm heading out west for the winter. So I gotta hit the road on Saturday. So we have until Saturday to get something done. Which is this meme card, this thing we've been working on most of the streams. I've been streaming twice a day. Morning we've been doing this kind of card, this artwork, and then in the afternoon we've been doing more experimental stuff. Might have to cut the experimental stuff for a bit. So this is kind of a little breakthrough. I'll show you what we're working on here. There we go. Yeah, so we might have to cut it for a bit so we can get this done. Because I really want to get this done before I leave. So just a reminder to everyone, maybe if you're new, you're tuning in. We're working on, what I work on as art, my style of art is to recreate iconic landscapes around the world in 3D tools, 3D art, 3D renders. That is kind of the basis of everything I do. So everything you see me working on is always going to be based on a real world location. So somewhere you can actually visit in real life, somewhere I visited in real life. I do that because I find it important to go out and see the location in person so I can understand what I'm building. I get a ton of references, like reference photos, reference images, videos, time lapses, and then I pair that with a bunch of remote sensing data. So things like satellite images, LiDAR data, radar data, photogrammetry, you name it. I use it in these projects. And eventually my goal is to kind of create a realistic landscape render. So, something that is totally 3D, not using photography. It's not Photoshop. It's not, painting. It's a 3D landscape. And you can see here, it's, the actual terrain built into the render. And then that's sort of the basis for my work. And then from there, I kind of branch off into a bunch of other side projects and ideas using that same location. So in the afternoon, we've been working on recreating this landscape in Unreal Engine. So we've been actually trying to make it interactive and, you can walk around and explore. And then in the morning, we've been working on this artwork. It's called a meme card. Basically, it's a tribute to some of the things that are happening in the digital art world online with Web3, NFTs. And in this case, it's a follow-up to a previous work I did. So this is the original, which is called Open Roads, Open Metaverse. It's like a 2-part little render of a kind of a day scene and an evening scene. One is, kind of the tribute to the old school 60s vibe tourism with, the bus and they're on the Oregon coast. And the other one is kind of tribute to the Web3 culture. This is the current progress that I'm kind of working on, and actually, I think I just actually can update this in a second. Let me see if I can get that updated one. We'll drop the updated one in here so that we have something. And then what I'll do is we're gonna get into this because I'm realizing already that as I'm talking, I don't think I'm gonna be able to talk that much during this stream, to be really honest. I thought I might be okay, but I can already feel it hard to talk. So what I'll do is I'll just probably shut up and I'll just kind of work away, and if people have questions, I'll try to answer them, but maybe I'll try to do less talking than I normally do. Okay, let's grab this photo though. So I'm just opening up my Dropbox here, and I'm looking for, this is the latest. So I haven't really updated the day version of this. It's cool how that just pops in there. So I haven't updated the day version of this for a while, but I've been updating the night version, because the day version, I think there's probably still some updates to do, but I just didn't want to tackle it. So this is kind of how we started, right? Day version here, the fishing. I had the rock here, and then this was the kind of the first night version, blocked in. And then we went to this one, so add a little cult lighting and detail to the scene. And then this one, we added the balloons and, added a little bit of light here, a bit more detail. And now on this one, although the lighting is wrong and there's a bunch of stuff to fix, but it's all stuff to fix at the end. We've got the mask, the Lucy mask in the scene, as well as fix some of the lighting up here. So anyway, this is where we're at. At least it gives us a good place to start. And I kind of have a list of things that I need to work on today. So let me just flip over here. The main thing that I've got to do that's going to stress me out a little bit is that I've got to get this airship, we'll call it. This is the Ryan Talbot airship. You can see it right here. Zoom in. This is kind of our reference for what we're building. And I'll just drop this down here. I don't know, I think it's about here, maybe. I'll go back to Blender. You should see it. No, you don't see it on your screen. So let me just fix that. Pure ref. There we go. I don't know why that happens, but there you go. So I can fix that now a little bit more. Zoom that in. It's gonna switch back. I gotta just bring this to window, maximize, and then I don't know, I think it's like this. Hopefully that does it. There you go. Okay. Hopefully this is okay. Hopefully the audio is also okay. Seems like it might be a little bit peaking, but hopefully we'll be all right. Okay, so where were we? Let me just double check something first. Make sure that this actually worked. So funny, I saw Elon Elon Musk on X. He did a live stream from southern border of Texas and Mexico. And he did it from his phone, and it was fine. He did the live stream, and then he was talking about how live stream on the platform, which I've been on Twitter live streaming now for about a month. I tell you how much I hate it. And he started saying he's going to start streaming his video games. So I'm just looking at Twitter right now, and which is awesome. Like when the CEO of the company is going to use the product that way, it gets you excited because you're like, okay, they're going to like realize how bad it is and want to fix it. The Twitter thing is very frustrating because there's no real interface. So like when I open it, the problem is I can say hello. Nobody else can chat because they need to have like a Telegram account like connected. There's some weird setting. You can't chat, which is crazy. Yeah, so like I just see this like M. Lee. I see M. Lee Jr. joined. What's up, M. Lee? But now like I can't interact with him because he's not going to be able to type because there's some weird thing with Periscope or connection. So he can't like, I don't think he can type anything here. So he can't like interact with this in any way. He could reply to the tweet, I think, but that's it. But I don't see it on the screen versus like every other platform, YouTube, Twitter, or YouTube, Facebook, Twitch. You can basically, type something, and it's popping up. So very, very annoying. Hopefully we see Twitter, X. Sorry, fix that because that would be super cool. I think, oh, Emily, you did it. So Emily, what did you do? Just if you're here for a second, just help me out. So when you join this, what did you have to do to be able to comment? Because when I joined from another account, I can't comment on this. So I'd like to fix that because I mean Twitter's fun. Twitter's where X is for where like a lot of my Web3 audience is. A lot of people that want to see this stuff that I'm working on are definitely more on Twitter. but I can't really honestly get a good setup going to interact with people. And if I could have live chat like I have right now, I can just type, like I can type GM right now on my platform, and it pushes it out to Discord, Twitch, YouTube, and Facebook, all there. So yeah, let me go check out what's going on Discord. Yeah, I gotta fix some of that stuff. Yeah, so it's just an interesting thing to figure out, but we'll work through it. We'll figure it out. Okay, so those are joining. Yeah, if you're on Twitter, just drop me a little note on there, so I want to know this is working. Message you my screen. Okay, Emily sent me something. Let me just grab that. Yeah, so I wonder, Emily, like, do you have Periscope or something set up? I don't know what it is, because I went to my other account. Let me just try it again. Maybe they fixed it. Maybe in magically, as soon as Elon started streaming, this whole thing got fixed. Wouldn't that be amazing? Man, live streaming on X is like, it's high potential. It's high potential because it's always been like a real-time platform, like what's happening right now, what's going on. It's always been that. And I feel like it would always be a huge platform for live streaming. Okay, let me go find this real quick. So I'm still sick here. I was gonna okay, here's my account. So I'm going in I have like a secondary account. So I click on this and it says subscribe to premium to chat. Dude, that's no. That you can't. Elon, look at me. Elon. You can't you can't charge people $154 a year to chat on a live stream. You can't do that, man. That's not gonna work. You got to let everyone chat. You can have like a verified chat. You know, like you can filter it and let the streamer decide what to show. But you can't. Is that it, Emily? You must have Blue or Twitter Blue. That's messed up. I hate that so much. So like, but if I go in, I can't see. So I just went in on my other account, right? I can't chat. I can't see what other people have already chatted. So now I got to go back to my other account, and I don't know if I'll be able to see it. It's not good, but high potential. Let me just see. I'm going to start working here. That's why sometimes I got to stop streaming, because yeah, see, they're all the comments are gone. Oh, here we go. I'm a blue check verified Twitter user, very high. And oh, right, I forgot Emily's got the the VIP pass. I think he probably has features that aren't even public. I mean, when you get to that kind of like elite status, they just give you stuff, the rich get richer. That's how it goes. So I apologize to all the poors out there who don't have the financial means or the reputational means to have these types of features that Emily has. One day you can aspire to be able to chat in a Twitter live broadcast, just like your hero, Emily. Yeah, man, I don't know, whatever. Come hang out. I'm live streaming everywhere, dude. This is the multinational, multi-stream podcast. We're on YouTube. We're on Twitch. We're on Discord. We're on Facebook. And guess what? I'm gonna start live streaming on Kick, because people are telling me Kick is this thing now. Kick is the new thing. So I might live stream on Kick. So I'll be everywhere. And if you come hang out in any of those other places, you can comment and see other people commenting and all sorts of stuff. Although it is quiet right now because, when you don't stream for 4 days, just like Twitter engagement, just disappears. Nobody watches. It's all gone. But it's cool with the Twitter. At least I'm seeing people joining now, which is cool. So maybe they did make an improvement. It used to be like I'd be on here and be like, oh, well, I'm on Twitter, but nothing would happen. So anyway, please, if you join, just say hi. Test it, say GM, say hi. If it doesn't work, send me a DM and just tell me. like a screenshot or something. I'm really curious because I really would like to get the Twitter live stream stuff rocking. And so far, I don't have any luck getting integrated. So yeah, drop me a note, send me a DM, come hang out on Discord. Let me drop it. I can't really drop it on the chat. Well, I'll drop it on the chat, but I will drop it on the chat. But you guys will just see it on screen, but you won't be able to actually. That's my Discord. And actually, I can drop it on the Twitter chat, right? Just I can't. I wonder if I can hit up. Hold on, let me see if I can hit up. Just bear with me for a second. I'm just going to see if I can hit up Twitter on the web while I'm streaming. And let's see if I can actually drop a comment. This is like 90% of streaming. Hey, Senpai, how you doing, man? Good to see you. Thanks for coming back. Sorry I was a little sick there. Disappeared for a bit. I am alive, though. I am alive. Okay, good. Let's see what's going on. So if I go to my account, I'm on Twitter now. We're troubleshooting just... I'm messing around with some Twitter stuff, so you can't see what I'm doing right now, unfortunately. But I'm just going to my stream just to see... Okay. So I'm in my stream. See, on the web, there's nothing. I'm just going to my stream. There's nothing. Like on the web, I see viewers and I see the stream. I can't interact. I can't comment. I can't do anything. Nothing. So I can't even drop that Discord link in the stream chat. So I'll put it here. I'll drop it in the... Drop it as a comment. Well, that sucks. Okay, so let's go back to Twitter on... Yeah, I don't know. All right, well, let's just pretend that it doesn't exist and move on with our lives. Okay. And also, well, I don't know if it's the same person, Living Legend in Discord. Thanks for coming to hang out for a second, too. I see you there. So if people are knowing if you're listening, oh, that's you. Thanks, man. I appreciate that. Yeah, so people know the plan is we're slowly building this out. This is sort of a test experiment. I want to get good. Man, this is so bad. I want to get good with streaming because I want to share my process as an artist. I want to share what I'm working on. I want to do some kind of tutorials, help people out. People have been helping me out with things that I don't know or I'm learning. So I think it's a fun experiment. It's also kind of a way to hold myself accountable every day on what I'm working on. So I'm really pumped about streaming in general. Living Senpai, no, I'm from Canada, so we're Eastern time zone, so -5 Greenwich Mean Time. Yeah, so I usually stream earlier in the morning, my time, and then again in the afternoon, but we're going to switch it up. I don't know what it's going to be yet, but I think I'm going to move to one stream a day, but I want to do it daily because I think it's something every day I can kind of come in, know what I'm working on, have a plan, have a checklist, and feel like I'm focused and accountable. The goal, though, is to make this much more interactive as we go. So there's some things we're rolling out. If you go to Discord, there's a stream chat there. So there's 2 channels under live stream header if you join my Discord. One is the actual live stream. So you can go in Discord, you can click, you can watch the whole stream on Discord. It should work. You should hear the audio, you should see the video. So it should be just like watching on Twitch or YouTube. If you're a Discord person, you can, turn it on in the corner and let it run while you're doing something else, which is cool. And then there's a stream chat, which is connected directly to this. Like it's directly to. Let me just move this out of the way. So it's connected, directly to our chat. So let me actually I can show you this quickly. So this is it here. So if you take a look. This chat is connected to our stream chat. So anything you type in here, like this, is going to show up on our stream chat. There it is. So for me, from Discord, Scoble, GM. So if you're in my Discord, you can drop in here. You can say hi. It just works just like being on YouTube or on Twitch. the goal is that like we can have kind of cross-platform communication. So like Living Senpai is on YouTube right now. It's super cool that, you know, they can comment and then people from Twitch can see it and people in Discord can see it and Facebook. So we're kind of bringing them all together, partly because I don't really know what platform is going to be the audience, and I'm kind of figuring that out. So yeah, it's wide open. And then the other thing we're going to do in the future, which is it's when things get really fun. I just got to get comfortable with the tech and how everything works and just make sure I'm like very good with it. But I know a lot of artists, and I want to start inviting artists to come hang out and live stream with me. And we'll do like a split screen situation up top. So if you look at my stream, you know, I've got a very wide monitor, but we'll split it in half, and we'll put me on one side and another artist on the other. And they'll be able to do live streaming with me, and we can chat and talk about their process, and you know, move the chat to the middle and let people sort of see other artists' approaches. Because I think this like streaming is so fun because, you know, obviously video games is massive and people sometimes just chatting, but not like a ton of artists on here. There's a few people, but very, you know, not that much. And I feel like it's just going to be fun to watch, like 3D artists, animators, photographers, videographers, like people just working and showing their process and, you know, answering questions and chatting. I think it's going to be fun. So that's what we're going to go towards eventually. And then when we get really crazy, then I can actually turn on the video so people can drop in. I want people to be able to like drop in if they want to say hi on audio. So like Living Legend right now is in Discord, and if he felt like, or he or she felt like just dropping into the, you know, audio chat. I don't have this set up yet, but they could just, you know, come on the voice and say hi, which I think would be cool because it's so much of me talking, hearing other people, watching other people chatting. I want to be able to hear them talk too. So we're going to get there. That's the long-term vision. I would say this week I'm going to finish this card. Next week is a travel week for me, so I'll probably do some live streaming from the road. I haven't figured that out yet, but not as much of this work because I'll be driving across Canada. The week after, I get a new place out west. Set that up. I'd say by the start of November, I'm confident that we'll be in the full groove and we'll have a plan, a system, and we'll have all the tech stuff figured out, and then we'll be rocking with some like winter live streaming. I think a lot of artists will be digging that. Okay, so Senpai, it's all called Restream. So Restream is a service. And that service lets you connect all the multi-streaming. So I stream to them and then they push it out to all these other places. And then it also has a chat bot, which we integrated into Discord. And yeah, that's how it works. It's pretty straightforward, actually. Okay, we got to get to work. So this is the meme card. You can see it here, and it slowly kind of loads, and you can watch it when I go full screen. You can tell in Blender, well, you don't know how good my PC is or not, but basically you can tell in Blender when there's a heavy scene, when you get this. You get just a ton of noise and a very slow rendering. And if you leave this for long enough, it will eventually render cleanly. But right now it's pretty bad. And, you know, I'll leave this when I render the final version. I'll render it overnight and stuff. It's not a huge deal. But for working in it and for just general, you know, efficiency, we've got a couple problems. And one is the landscape's massive, but that's kind of unavoidable. We could cut some parts out and stuff, but I'm not super worried about that. What I am worried about is oh, that's not it. This is my there we go. So yeah, what I'm worried about really is a couple things. The main one, I did a little audit. This is our scene, by the way. It's you can kind of see there's some grass here. We've got the Sam Spratt mask chilling down here. A little camping scene, and the mountains in the background. Although I see that there's a problem. View. Let's change this to 5,000. Yeah, so we got this in the background, and then this is basically our setup, our scene here. So these guys are these airships that I modeled last week or 2 weeks and a half ago. And these things are inspired by an artist named Ryan Talbot. You can see him down here in the corner with all the balloons on my screen. And I did some stuff when I modeled that were kind of, I won't call it shortcuts, but they were just, I did things in a way that weren't efficient in terms of vertex count or face count. So I need to fix it a bit, or else it's just going to make, I think it's just going to make this whole thing really impossible to deal with at the end. So let's spend a little bit of time on this, and I'll show you what I'm talking about. So these are the airships, and you can see the number of faces they have. They're about 2 million, 2.5 million for just this. If you want to know the culprit, you can find it really quickly, because half of it is this top rope. And if you look at what's going on here, let me take a peek. So this is the airship. It's really going to be the ropes. Not this one. Rope applied. Yeah. So there's two balloons. There's this. Let me just excuse me here. Just I think I mentioned it before, but if you're just joining, I've just got over some type of illness. I couldn't stream for 3 or 4 days, and it's probably a mistake to be talking this much. Okay, this is the biggest culprit. It's half the count, and it's just a rope, and you know it. The way that I made it was, you know, it's cool technique, but you can see there's a lot of verts here, right? Like, look, take a peek at it. You can see that. Imagine every single one of these, you know, is a quad mesh, and it adds up quickly. So this is one area where we can improve, and then across the rest of it, you'll see it as I pull the ropes away. Rope. So now we're down to 800. And then I would say, let's just kind of take a peek at this. This is pretty light. These are maybe, yeah, these are probably a little bit too heavy. So these could be, oh, these have subdivision on them. Well, yeah, those could probably easily, I'd say these could easily come down. So this is what they, just grab this. Little Blender tip, by the way, like if you, I don't know if you're using Blender and you want to get really, it's like something I struggle with a long time. You want to get really quick with your movements. I have like a, I don't know what it is. It's like a, what is that? Synapse mouse. I'll get the model number. I'll find it, but it's, you know, standard mouse. They usually have like a couple buttons on the side, couple on the top. What I have my mapping to is I have one mapping to my camera view. So you can see I can flip to my camera view at any time with one button. The other button is the focus button. So whatever is highlighted, it will focus on. So you can see if I wanted, you know, to focus on this, it makes it the pivot point, and you can zoom out, zoom in, and you pivot around that, versus this is always your camera view, which is kind of whatever you're looking at over here. And then the last one, which is really helpful, is that I have a shift right click sets the 3D cursor in Blender. So if you want to, like, say you want to focus on something, like you want to see this edge, you can pretty usually, like, you can usually just right click, shift right click, and it gets the depth because it knows there's an object there. So if you turn it this way, it didn't go, you know, back in the background, it went right on the object. But now I have another shortcut on my mouse to focus on that. So that sort of is a third option, and now you can pivot around that. So it's really good if you're like, okay, I want to see what that looks like over there. You can basically bounce around the screen really easily with this. And I'm telling you, like, when you first start learning Blender, you spend so much time kind of getting used to the controls and how to navigate. Now I feel like, you know, I can pretty much navigate this. Although I still like Unreal Engine 5 better with the ASDF, and you can turn that on. You can go into viewport navigation, and you can do this. Oh no, it's not fly. It's walk. So you can do this walk navigation. And this is the Blender. Sorry, this is the Unreal Engine mode, which is also really nice. I should get a shortcut for this because I'm pretty comfortable with, and I actually have keyboard shortcuts on my Unreal Engine version of this mouse where we can just sort of roll around here and do it. So anyway, that's that. Let me get this a little bit bigger so you guys can see this. I'm just going to bring up this background. Okay, and then I'll just bring this here. I'll drop this down a little bit for you guys so you can kind of see what we're doing. And then, yeah. If you're watching on Twitter, I've said this a couple times, but people kind of keep dropping in. Try to chat, try to say something, say GM, say whatever on Twitter. Just drop it in the chat. If you can't, send me a DM and tell me, or show me a screenshot, because we're trying to figure out why people can't chat on Twitter. It's a limitation. X. And I'll drop into my Twitter DMs every once in a while and see if anybody does it. X notification. No, I don't think I'll ever get used to that. Yeah, so I got nothing there. So yeah, I'm curious. Hey Randy, I see your message or see your tweet. Thank you, man. Randy, I appreciate you. I don't know if you've tried the chat thing, but please do if you can. I'd like to figure it out. Thank you, man. Randy, I appreciate it. You can do like Twitter picture-in-picture on desktop. There's all sorts of stuff. You cannot comment or chat from desktop at all or do anything. Yeah, anyway. Okay, we're what? 45 minutes in, I haven't done anything. How far in are we? I don't even want to know. I think I'm 45 minutes into this stream and I haven't done a single thing other than chat about the stream. Okay. So where we're at is we're trying to fix the damn balloons, right? Why is that? Let's turn off backface. Okay, so there we go. So we're navigating around. So what we're looking at now is, let's see, the 850. So there's a little bit there. Yeah, this is a lot. I don't know who did that. Just kind of seeing where there's a lot of mesh here. Let's turn down some of the subdivisions. You should never have your viewport more than your render. That's general. And again, like if you're here and you're hanging out and you've never used Blender before and you're curious, like just don't be afraid to ask. There's the other one. This is the big culprit. Don't be afraid to ask any questions. If you're experienced in Blender, you see me doing something stupid, tell me. If you're just learning Blender and you have a question or technical thing you're curious about, like as much as, you know, I want to be productive on these streams, like I will stop. I will always stop to, you know, to show something or to troubleshoot something with people. So, I also may have to stop talking, man. I can't do it. It's feels weird to sit on the stream and not say anything. This one looks like a victim, a culprit. So I'm just basically checking all these objects. Oh yeah, this stuff over here too, which is okay. This is like my test stuff. Okay, this is good. So anyway, most of it is the rope. Okay, so if you look at the mesh of this, this is reasonable. This is definitely not like anything that's scary. Might have a bit more geometry than it needs, but it's going to be fine. This might not have, yeah. Okay. So that's our balloon. So this is what it looks like right now. And we've got an array of lights on the outside, which is what's causing this thing to go on. And then, what else do we have? We have lights at the bottom and then a light inside the basket. And then we've got another light up here doing a little interior lighting. So that's what's happening. Yeah, so like I see all you guys, Jammin' Coyote, Pacific Northwest Zach, Randy, Haiti Clay, Kane, Kinet, Connect car in the hall. Connect car in the hall. I see all you guys on Twitter, but I don't know if you say hi, or you can say hi, or share this, or you're shy, or if this Twitter sucks. I'm trying to figure it out. But anyway, we're all over the place. You can come join us in one of the other links. We'll figure it all out. Okay. Today's challenge. By the way, this looks ridiculous at the top. I don't know when I did this. What did I do here? I did something. I remember being on stream and doing this, and it was kind of funny. That was it. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I just did something odd with the top of the balloon, but that looked really, really weird. This is probably a little too exaggerated, this whole, the way that this balloon is shaped, but it's been so long since I did it, I can't remember why. Okay, so the goal today, which honestly, not gonna lie, kind of sucks, is to fix these balloons, fix these ropes. And the top one's gonna suck because I don't feel like I saved the work in progress. So I'm just probably gonna have to talk through this a little bit, just to mentally wrap my head around it and what I did, and then we're gonna have to fix it, because there's a lot going on here. To be honest, there's a lot going on. A lot of arrays and modifiers and mirrors and stuff to kind of create this. So you can tell by the look on my face that I'm disgusted with how I did this. Interesting. I'm gonna figure out this Twitter thing. I also would love. Here's another thing. I think I should be streaming. Vertical on Twitter. It'd be really interesting. I'm just looking at it now, and I think it would be way better if it was vertical. So what I'm going to do at some point is I got to set up a vertical canvas for Twitter, because you can do it. You can stream separately with a different look. The problem is, it's just like, what will I put on screen? I have to come up with a cool template. Maybe I'll just put like my screen in the middle, and then I'll put myself at like the top, and then the chat at the bottom. I'm gonna come up with something for Twitter. I just gotta think through how to do it, because I'm looking at it now and it's like, it sucks. I mean, I can go sideways, but who's gonna just sit on their phone and just watch that, right? It's like, you want people to be able to kind of. Even now, I'm looking at it. You can't even go picture in picture. Like, you can't click this and then be like, all right, let's go back and watch. Let's go to Twitter. You can go on your phone, but you can't go back to Twitter. What you need to be able to do is go into X or Twitter, click on my stream, have it running, go back to browsing. Go back to just doing your normal thing. Because nobody's gonna be on Twitter sitting in a stream, not on Twitter. Like, you can't leave to go. Yeah, that's stupid. That's why spaces work so well, because people can be on a space and still be on Twitter messing around. Maybe I just do this on a space. We do audio version. It'd be kind of interesting. An audio only stream on Twitter. I have to think about that, whether that's possible or not. But yeah, right now in its current form, it's useless, and I don't blame anybody who jumps into the Twitter stream. What you should do is click the Twitter stream, be like, oh, this is interesting. I want to watch this. Go click on Discord or on Twitch or whatever, and run in the background of your phone, and then you go back to Twitter. That's my advice. All right, let's fix these ropes. So I think I'm just going to do these in order of, difficulty. So This is basically one rope, right? And then there's an array modifier that's connected to this empty rope inner. So it's basically connected to an empty, and then it's basically splitting it all the way around. But the actual geometry is way too much. So you can see if we turn off even the array modifier, we look at this thing, there's some, this one might even be worse than the other ones. There's some, yeah, there's some serious bad stuff happening. Okay, so the problem is that this is applied version of another rope. I'll show you. Let me see if I can find this. It's so funny. Oh man, it's gotten, yeah, and it's all gotten messed up. Yeah, Cryogy tech is cool. It's amazing what you can do, but it's always like one little step short of what you need, which is the situation with this. Man, these ropes are gonna suck. So I'm just talking through this here. Give me a second. Let my brain comprehend what I did. So I remember Cryogy may even been part of this. I feel like he wasn't. I feel like he came in a little later, but there was someone else that was dealing with this with me. Maybe it was Cryogy. We were talking about how, like, what you want is to set up a system with the ropes where you basically have full control over where the curve is. So these are based on curves. Okay, so if you look at the curve is what sets the actual direction of the rope. So what you want in a perfect world is the curve to be independent. So the curve is going to be set the placement, and then the array is going to spread it around, and then the mesh is going to be dynamic, meaning you can change it. So right now I have a nice, detailed rope, because if I wanted to maybe do some product shot or some shots of this balloon and close-ups, and want the rope detail to show up, I would want to use it. But when it's in the background of your render, which is where this is, it's going to be not even visible, barely visible. You don't want to have that huge geometry. So yeah, I'll work through this. I'm going to have to stop talking. My throat's going to kill me. Okay. All right. Cryogy, how's your project going along, man? Any updates on your Japanese wood art? Okay, so I've got the curve back in. Now, what we need is turn this off. We need to figure out why this guy is not following the curve. Oh shoot, this is something I wanted to do. And where did I see it? Bear with me. There's a thing I did the other day, how to add arrows to curve. I just added arrows to the curve and it was so useful. Just grab this video real quick. It was so simple to do it too. Yeah, okay, overlays. Oh, normals. Okay, I swear I just did that. Oh, there we go. Okay. Well, it's annoying because... super annoying because, it only shows up when you're in here. But there's the start of the curve. Okay, so now with this thing, why? I feel like this is going to be a disaster. I don't understand why this is suddenly not following the curve. Oh, where did it go? Anyone that saw me building this will laugh now at how much I was saying how nobody, like, I feel like every tutorial people use the curve modifier. So it's like sets an object to follow a curve, but nobody actually knows how it works perfectly. Like they kind of know, but we're talking about like origin points and how it works. The way it should work is that the origin point of the curve, I feel like should go to the bottom of this. So it's set to be on this curve. I feel like the deform axis should have been Z. So that's the direction of the curve. Okay, where is its origin? I don't know. Why is it jumping? Oh, because its origin point is what? Okay, let's just get rid of that. So oh, I didn't realize that's what I was doing. Like, so this is basically what this thing is, right? And I can easily fix it by just making it a single. I'm just going to make it one single. But that's not, I want to just see it back on this line first, and then I'll do that. So this thing is find the origins of the geometry. So why, if we add the curve modifier, we tell it to go to this curve. Okay, so now it went down here. Z, okay, kind of almost did it. So just the location have to be zeroed out? Oh, that didn't do it. Where did it go? Like, I don't understand, honest to God. I'm laughing, but I sort of got I don't understand this curve modifier. I'm sorry. I don't understand it. I truly don't. It's like, no matter what you think about, it's like right here. From what I read or looked at, the fact that it should be Z because it's going up. And like, it's Y. Oh, maybe, you know what? Maybe you do have to place it at the bottom. Maybe that's the issue. Maybe you can't just arbitrarily. Maybe you have to put it on the actual bottom of. You know, line it up to the bottom of the rope. Okay, let's see if that does it. It's like, what? It's like, why? Why? Like, why? You know, when I was researching this, dude, I was like, I couldn't believe it. The stuff people stream, the sleeping streaming is wild to me. People just like put the stream on and go to bed. I've been trying to understand the whole culture and everything behind it because, like, clearly no one's watching it for, like, no one's watching that for the entertainment value, but it's like, it's this the community, I guess, and like the interactivity, and people like to kind of, you know, they get mentioned on the stream and there's perks and there's so much stuff to this. It's kind of a wild culture. Yeah. There's some crazy stuff. It's so funny. Like, I don't know. Like, there's like part of me, the part that's really funny is like, part of me is just like, this is so weird. Like, we're just going down a weird path. But then the other part of me is like, this is the way I think the world's going to go. It's like everyone just streaming what they're doing and people jumping into each other. Like, you can kind of feel it all going there. I don't know how to describe it. It's just feel like it's just like, you know, if you FaceTime somebody and then you'd have the camera like on you, right? And then you have the camera also on what you're seeing. You flip it. And if there was two cameras that you could run at the same time, which, by the way, I don't know why Apple doesn't do that, because that was an app for like ever. Front back, it was called, or something. It was like an iPhone app 10 years ago where it would record the front camera and the back camera simultaneously and split screen it, which to me would be like the perfect for streaming. I'm sure there's apps that do it. But basically you're streaming, right? You're just streaming to one person, to your friend or whatever. But then all it is like, okay, you group stream. You stream to a group of friends. Like, okay, that's like a one step up. And then, okay, you want to stream to all your Facebook friends. Like, okay, that's one. It's like an aggregate of like private to public. But why wouldn't you see people doing more just like live streaming, you know, to everyone? If they're doing something that they're just like, yeah, I don't care if anyone sees this. So I feel like it's going this way and I want to learn it. I hate to not get technology or to let it pass me by. So I kind of get obsessed and learn it, and then I get really bad at it, and then eventually I kind of start to get it. So I'm in that stage. I did the same thing with video, daily vlogging. I did the same thing with photography. I did the same thing with tech, and I mean, everything I've done, I just kind of throw myself into it and figure it out. I might have to take a different approach. And the reason is because I will spend 3 days on this. And what right now, this is actually working. For me, it's just there's only one issue, which is that the geometry of these are too big. So I'm going to just try some other stuff to see if we can get this down. Like, I'm going to wonder if I could decimate this. I don't know, but let's just, let's try. So we have two tools at our disposal. One is going to be to just decimate, see what we can get this geometry down to. So the other one is going to be a remesh. This is just going to make life easier, and then we'll learn our lesson. What's Play Canvas? This is the Hood X25 for people on Twitter. Or maybe everyone should be able to see the chat. But yeah, what is Play Canvas? Sounds interesting. God, I'd love to start streaming some video games on here, to be really honest. Don't tell anyone. Just be fun. I don't have enough time for it, but it would be fun to spend like an hour every couple nights or something and just do something. Oh, Play Canvas. Hey, on that topic. Hey, let's go on a little, do you want to go on a little browser journey? That's how easy I get distracted. Play Canvas. Okay, I got to tell you something about this that I found really interesting. I don't think it's going to last, but I'm so excited about it. Is I found out Google has it's called Google XR something. Basically what it is I can run an Unreal Engine, like I can make an Unreal Engine game or whatever I make, right? An Unreal Engine. A cinematic experience, doesn't matter. And then I can deploy that cinematic experience onto Google's cloud services. And then I can basically deploy an XR or like an augmented reality or virtual, like not virtual reality, but like an experience to browsers, to smartphones. So you don't have to have anything on your, if you could have an old iPhone, an old Android, doesn't matter. It's streaming. So if you have a good internet connection, you can actually interact with the Unreal Engine experience using like high fidelity graphics in real time. It got me really excited because that's one of the biggest limitations is like people don't have processing power. This is interesting though. The only issue I have with any of this stuff, like this is what I hate. I get it. I love it, but I hate, like I do not want to use another tool. So if they had like an Unreal Engine integration or something, I would love to do it. This is cool though. This is cool. This is smart. Yeah, exactly, right? So what did you try? Did you try? Oh, you tried using it. You didn't, you weren't trying an experience. This is interesting, man. I definitely will, I definitely like to try this. I want to try it. Like, can I try an experience? This doesn't look very good. Interesting. We have sound. Yeah, dude. I mean, look. I'm telling you, like, we're just like the next decade's gonna be freaking awesome. It's gonna be so awesome because I mean, can you just imagine, right? Like that a full soccer game playing out like this, and you had like like ASDF controls, which this doesn't have, by the way. It has weird controls. Oh, it's right click. So it's like right click, and yeah. It's just this is just like a tech demo, and it's like, yeah, it's already broken. So it's more. Oh, it probably has an AR version. That's what it is. So you would actually play it in AR. Okay, this is interesting. So these are like natural ideas for these things, right? Oh, so this is live. So this is like a lot. So they're saying this is like a live version of it running. So I guess if we build this. Okay. Yeah, so this is yeah, but I mean, in this scenario it's like I'm pretty sure you can build these things in other tools. Like I don't think that this is I don't know if this is necessarily like an improvement on anything. I don't know. So we can add a winch, and then it shows up. That's cool. These things are badass, man. How much was one of these costs? This got to be like $30,000, right? Oh, $22,000. $325 a month. Nothing. I just need one of these that can fly with it. Give me the option. Give me one of these things with an option to deploy the wings. Like it comes out from the back. Like I want this right here to have like an arm deployment. So it comes up and then it spreads out to like the quadcopter wings. And then she just takes off and you just fly. Whew. Give me that. I'm buying one. Okay, so anyway, the point of this was this is how easy I get distracted. Yeah. This is how easy I get distracted. But it's interesting. So people are basically deploying these experiences. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not really sure how well this is going to do. Anyway, the real one that I'm interested in is, again, can we deploy Unreal Engine to a cloud platform, use the GPUs, and actually make it this might be cool for where you're talking about the hood. This could be interesting. Very, very interesting though. I love stuff like this. Okay, let's go back to Blender for a bit. Go music back. All right, so what were we just wanted to see what we could do with this thing. So what did it have? It's got 24,000 faces. One rope. So we can get away with down to 7,000, but then it falls apart probably about there at 7,000. Still not very good. Okay, so that's one option. Just thinking out loud. One option is the decimate 7,000. And then I'm curious what the remesh does. So let's see what happens if we try to bring it down to like 2,500. Okay, that's not bad. Well, I probably didn't do 2,500 though. What is it actually? 13,000? Yeah, it did 13,000. So not really any better. Okay, so that was at collapse. We're down to 7. This kind of works. Three's not bad. 3 might be doable. This is probably not going to do much good. I feel like our best bet is going to be this unsubdivide. I feel like that's pretty good for 3,000, so that helps a little bit. And then if we apply our arrays, 310. I really need to make this one single rope, and I'm trying to think if I just don't have the original curve for this. It's hidden somewhere. Where is it, though? Is it here? Oh yeah, that is it. So that's the original setup with the modifier. But again, it goes back to the same problem. It's like it just jumped. It just totally jumped. Okay, let's just see what this looks like if I do the same decimation to all of them. And then we'll come back. So 600,000 is not good, but whatever. So decimate, unsubdivide, subdivide 3. All right, so what do we got? 785. It's not great, but it's not awful. Compared to what was it before, probably like... Oh yeah, this one too. Oh, that's not what we wanted. And decimate. Why does that not work? Oh, because it's not applied, right? Also, I always forget there's a way. Okay, so we're at 421. Let's just see. Yeah. 421 versus 2.2 million. All right, so it's an improvement, and I think it's going to be enough to get us through this, and then we can go back and do a ropes course later and learn how to do this. Yeah, Cryogy, yes, 100%. That's what I'm trying to do. But what I was showing is that the fact that the original setup is with a rope modifier, and it's with a curve modifier, right, and a mesh. And I have the original mesh, and I could modify it to make it just a cylinder and then add a displacement or a bump texture, 100%. So I was trying to do, but I was saying how the rope system is totally wonky and that like it doesn't ever work properly. So to go backwards on this and reverse this whole thing and to go all the way back to the core mesh to change it was the disaster. So yeah, I've been here 100 times before. I appreciate your advice, but yeah, it's obviously can be done 100 different ways. And yes, a displacement or bump texture, a single cylinder would be 100 times easier, but stringing all the rope and actually doing the modifiers and all that is what I don't want to go back and redo every time, especially this one, because this was a pain in the ass to do. So I'm just compromising between those two options. Appreciate it though. Okay, so we're down to 421. What's going on with the ropes? Let's see. Rope texture is disaster, but again, same idea. It's like, don't really care. I don't know why it's so dark here, though. Oh, it's just the light in the scene. Balloon lights. Okay. All right, so let me just add a light to the top of this. I just want to see how this looks. This decimate stuff really screwed this up, but still having this weird issue with textures showing through, and I guess I can't figure it out. I still cannot figure it out. Okay. So I think this is going to be good. Oh, I want to add those streamers. Right. I got to add those streamers. And probably okay. There's a few things I'd like to probably do to this, actually, now that I think about it. Damn. This is going to be kind of annoying. You can hear me keep complaining about this. I have to like reinstall Blender or like reset everything because I am dying. I've been having this issue forever and I cannot solve it, which is sometimes in this mode. This is just a regular mode. Doesn't matter what I change to studio. It is like X-ray mode. Like it does nothing. The difference is nothing because my thing is like permanently defaulted on X-ray mode. I can't not turn it off. I've tried everything. There's got to be some default setting I got to figure out, and it drives me nuts because when you're trying to look at something like this, it's like really, really hard. See, it's like basically see-through. I can't figure it out. Is that it right there? Oh, for God's sakes. That was the whole issue. How did that change? I don't remember ever touching that. That's the default value. That's kind of weird. So that's the default value, is to do, what are these two values for? Yeah, that's so weird. That's so weird. Well, that fixes it. So, super annoying. Okay, so anyway, this one is fine. So this is subdivision solidify. So like the thickness of this thing is good. This is kind of how I want the other rings to be. Even if it's going to mess up our rope a little bit. Yeah, more bevel. Yeah, it looks better. See-through thing is still happening, by the way. Okay. I swear to God, this thing just keeps changing its size. And I swear to God, I don't know when it's happening. I just look up and it's like reversed itself. Has anyone seen that? I have to go back on the stream. I swear it's happened 4 times. It just all of a sudden I look over and it's back down to okay, let's do this one as well while we're here. Yeah, you know, it's a shame, and I'm kind of annoyed a little bit with myself because, you know, if I had set this up right from the beginning, I feel like I could have really had this all kind of dynamically moved together, right? So like the rope could have, instead of just like hiding behind this, it could have, you know, it could have easily wrapped around with I could have adjusted the curve. And again, we've seen this multiple times on the stream now, like the same thing that was happening with the mask. You know, which is like, you look back and like, okay, it was worth it to learn it, but you spend so much time. I truly have to get this done by Friday. I really got to get this done by Friday. So I can't afford right now to be too cute about this. Okay, so let's fix this texture. That's not what I wanted at all. Okay, so this metal texture, there's something about the roughness indicator here that's causing a bit of an issue. Brush steel roughness. Right, like it should be. Is this the material? I feel like we can just do like a pretty straight metal texture on this. Yeah, I was just gonna change this to like I just want to change this to, I think, a basic metal. I don't think it needs to be that complicated. Yeah, I mean, I don't even really need to go that further, honestly. Something like this is good enough. Okay. What else do we need for this thing? The balloon. Let's just double check the balloon. So I'd like to see about this balloon is, so the thing we control is the balloon. So we've been controlling essentially the transmission. So the more transmission, the more we get that, and the less light on the outside. So I think it's probably something, this is good. I think that's probably pretty solid. Okay, I feel pretty good about this. I'm gonna, even at 400,000, I think we can handle it. Only thing I wouldn't mind doing, that's probably not gonna be possible. Okay, I think we're good. Let's save it. And let's go back to the meme card. And now what we can do is we can create like 3 link duplicates of it. And it's going to be only 400,000 faces as opposed to what it was, probably like 12 million. Again, this isn't an animation or anything, but you know, it gets to a point, especially with the volumes and stuff, the lighting just becomes really hard to work with. So we're trying to just bring it down to something manageable, you know. Oh, that's a mistake. That texture looks good though on. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna go into our airships, which is these guys right here, and we're just gonna get rid of both of these actually. Delete hierarchy. Okay, and then yeah, that gets us down to like, you know, pretty reasonable numbers. Again, we sort of did this before, but let's just kind of take a peek. So rocks. Terrain is half, so we could also clean that up a bit, but it's about half. Probably camping is a good amount. It's the water is the other one that we can fix. That's right. Okay, we'll fix the water after. Here's our mask and our point and our spotlight. Which, just before I forget, I feel like both of these need to come down a little bit. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're just going to place those again. So what we want to do is we want to bring back the balloons for the day. Okay. So these are the original balloons. So we want to place them in the same spot, basically. If we move them both, we want them to be the same, because when it transitions, we want them to look, you know, pretty identical. So what we can do is we can just start with this one. We'll bring the cursor to the selected, and then we can go ahead and, well, we can leave it for now. And then we're going to append. We're going to go back into the airship. Yeah, okay, so airship, we're going to go to collection, and we're going to go to airship complete. Okay. And we're going to hope, we're going to pray that this works. Okay, so there's the balloon. Fits nicely in this one. We could probably scale it up a bit. Oh no, it's yeah, it's basically, it's the same size, a little bit. Yeah, that's what I was looking at before. I was like, oh, it'd be nice if it was like a little bit, the balloon is a little bit small. But these ones are also like that. They're skinny. So I think it probably makes sense. So we could make it a bit bigger, or I think we probably want to leave it like this. It's basically the exact same size. Okay, so now we have airship complete, number 1. And now this is where I wish I could think of how to do when I do this. Because I can't create We're just sorry, I'm texting with one of my collectors. We're talking about like minting your first NFT as an artist. It's kind of funny, right? We've been at this, like I did my first NFT in probably like, I'm gonna say June of 2021. And it's such a nerve-wracking process. You go through it. I mean, technically understanding what's going on, but just it feels big. It feels like you don't want to make a mistake. And I remember that first process, and it really is, like, looking back on it, a little bit of going through like the hoops is actually kind of important in terms of feeling like you're doing something that has real provenance, like real meaning. It's not easy. I think the same if like you want to get something authenticated, right? You wanted your artwork authenticated, as original or whatever. It shouldn't just be an easy process. It should be a little bit work and effort to it, so that you feel like, you can't just do it in haste. So we were talking about like where you would send somebody. I was like, probably Foundation, right? Like probably send them to Foundation. It's a cool NFT platform for minting, and it's probably, I think, the easiest. It's probably the easiest to kind of get started with. And we were just talking about how it would be. That's probably what I would do. So if you're on just the stream, so this is Foundation. And I won't go through it, but you connect your wallet. You have to learn how to create like a MetaMask wallet if you've never done this. And then you go through like the minting process. And that's the first NFT I ever minted. All the way back on, let's see. Yeah, May of 21. So there's the mint right there. And I mean, I can't tell you how it's such, why I think people are frustrated sometimes in the NFT world, because like it got such a bad reputation, and people tried to speculate and make money, and it became something it really never was or never should have been. And that as an artist, to take this photo that I had captured that was meaningful to me and put it up here as an NFT, and then to actually have this on the blockchain, like to be able to look back at this transaction, like this is like a history, right? Like this transaction happened, was successful at block 125.20751, which was 858 days ago. You can see it was minted here. Forget the sponsored thing. Came from my wallet, went to this wallet. So this is the Foundation. The token got transferred into Foundation and then listed. At the time, value obviously $0. It cost me $13, it looks like, to mint it. And then at the time, ETH was worth $2,400. I don't know if that's in Canadian or American right now on my settings. And then, you know, here is a bunch of other metadata. You have all this information in here on this mint. It's very, very cool. And it's really fun to kind of look through it and see it. And then if you go back here, then you see the settling is where it gets fun, because now this is when the auction was won. And then it goes back to from the treasury. I'm trying to think how this worked. So it transferred, it transferred from Foundation to, this would be NorCal's wallet. This would be the guy who bought it. I think that would be his. Not really sure. Oh, that's the token. Oh, okay. I'm probably doing a bad explanation here. We should do read the blockchain. I'm trying to find where it actually transferred. Where it actually transferred to him. But, yeah, where did I see it? So where we were. And I lost it. Settled by the NorCal guy. Yeah, so then what happens is the money comes in, so it's like 3 ETH, and some of it goes to Foundation as their fee, and then some of it goes to me, and then it transfers the NFT and the whole thing. So I'm going to take a quick break, and I will be right back, and we'll continue to get this balloon set up. So hang tight. Okay, back. Excuse me. All right, so yeah, this is what I want. So yeah, basically what I want to try to do now is, if we just look at these, we want to create a linked duplicate of the full collection. Okay, so now we have another one here. Select the entire thing. Move here first. Balloon. Set our cursor to the selected. Select this entire collection and move it over. Okay, I think that's 2 done. And now let's do the same thing with this one. Just balloon main. Cursor is selected. And then we're going to do one more of these. Duplicate linked. And see, the nice thing about this is it doesn't affect, although it looks a little bit crazy, it doesn't affect the geometry count. And there it's there. Okay, so now we should be able to turn off day, and we should have 3 balloons. Okay, so if we maybe turn off a little bit of this extra stuff here, and we turn off the relationship lines, and yeah, that's fine. Yes, we've got 3 balloons. So now we can just take a peek at this. And you can kind of see there's a couple things. Like if we turn off the environment, it's all of our atmosphere. So, I mean, we still have 7 million faces, but I just realized there's no lighting in these ones, oddly. Why is that? Oh, God. It's always something. Yeah, okay. That didn't work. Blender is, well, I don't want to use a bad metaphor, but can you kind of chew you up and spit you out? It's just mind-blowing sometimes to think of like the complexity. So this is just my own mistake. I'm just gonna do this again for a second. So I should have I thought I double checked this, but I should have done a better job. So I'm just gonna bring in the airship again. I just want to make sure that everything is there. Okay, so now you can see it's here, but there's no lights. So I probably made a mistake. So we can save this. We're gonna have to go back to make sure I included everything. So we go back. So we have this nice lit one, and maybe, no, it should be in here. It should be balloons. Should have, no, we didn't lose all the lighting. So these are all the lights. Okay, so it's all good. So what did I do wrong? Oh, man, this is... Okay, let's try this again. So, append, collection, complete. So there's our airship. Okay, so it has our lights. So we just have to make sure when this moves that we grab the whole thing, which is maybe something was wrong there. So it's all here. Okay. So again, we go to whichever balloon this is. This one here, we set our cursor to that. We go back to this airship and we have to make sure we select everything, which we did. And now we want to move this over here. Did it bring the lights? I think it lost the lights. Okay, so now let's go see what happened to our lights. Now they're there. I swear to God. It's like the most frustrating but also most like exhilarating fun thing in the world is 3D stuff. It's because you're constantly just trying to figure out like what is. So the lights should be parented. I thought they were parented to little objects, but I guess they're not, but they're there, right? So they're just sitting there. I don't think that there's nothing fancy. They're on the outside of this thing. Why do they move? So we've removed these. This is something, I've seen this before. And again, I don't know why or how it works, but it's like, if I move this directly to the other balloon, everything comes along. But if I do the selection to cursor thing, it jumps. I don't know what happens. The lights, if there's oh, maybe it's that. What is the difference? I'll almost guarantee that's going to do it. I'm just going to go try to learn this really quick. Selection to cursor, keep offset. You know, like, okay, so I kind of understand a little bit here. I think I know what's going on. Yeah, I think I know what's going on. So if I select the whole thing and I move it, the problem is it's going to try to put everything on the 3D cursor. And the reason why it doesn't like all disintegrate is because the actual origin points of all these items are basically like the balloon is, although I don't know why that would, I guess the origin point of this stuff must be all, I don't know. Like, say, I don't understand. So then why would that work? Yeah, I don't know. I thought I had an idea there, but it seems like it doesn't. The other thing is I could parent everything. Like everything should technically be parented to the balloon so that if we move the balloon, it all moves and we just move the balloon. That's the other way we could do it. But then we've got all this kind of weird rope stuff, which gets really wonky. Let's try it. let's try it with the offset and see first what it does. Select objects. Okay. So let's move it to keep. Oh my god. What just happened? Okay. Let's see what that did. Okay, so it held the lights, it held the rope, so it seemed to do it. I mean, obviously it, moved it up a little bit, but that's not a big deal. Okay, hopefully that fixes it. So now if we turn off this balloon, we take a peek at that in our render. Looks pretty good. Lighting is there. Balloons are, the streamers are not there. Which I don't really want, honestly. Oh, man. Just watch my slow meltdown. I have to do the streamers. As much as I hate it, I have to do it. It's like a huge part of this. Let me just grab my reference image. It's funny, I was just looking at this the other day, how to do an array with like different object colors. This is going to be interesting. I think through this. Set the 3D cursor down here for now. Cursor to selected, okay. So obviously I can just add a mesh and add a plane, and I can bring it out to the edge, right? Rotate it 90, scale it in on the Y, right? Drop it down. Kind of just peek at these. It's hard to kind of see. Yeah, rotate it like this. Rotate it like this. So, I mean, I could do this, and I could set the origin to the 3D cursor. And then I could do add empty plain axis, and then I could grab this, and then I can do an array, and I can do objects, and I can find empty, and I can do like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, maybe like, I don't know, 14 or something. Scale this, and then I could do version to 3D cursor. It's interesting. It's not what I was expecting. Is it because of the rotation of that? Yeah, I guess so. I don't know how this thing got, like how our camera got totally screwed up like this. Like, wow, how did that? It's perfectly flat. Oh, how did the 3D cursor get turned? Oh my god, how did the rotation of this thing get like that? I don't get it. Okay, let's get rid of this empty. That should be better. I don't, my brain is like, my brain is dead right now. I don't understand. I really, truly don't. Okay, so look, we have, oh, okay, I think I know. It's always kind of like messes me up how this works. So I've talked about this many times. So let's just get rid of this array. We have the 3D cursor, but it really needs to be, lower. So like obviously, and like, why is that not in the middle? Right? Like 3D cursor should be in the middle. I swear I did. Did I not do cursor? Oh yeah, cursor to selected. And then I'm gonna do 3. No, okay, because this thing is off-centered. It's really the issue, but it should work. So it should go cursor to selected. And then, I mean, I feel like this should work. And then this is here. And then origin to 3D cursor. And then add modifier, array, object. I don't understand. Like, what's causing it to be? If I set the origin to, I mean, obviously I can set this origin, cursor selected, origin to 3D cursor. Still doesn't matter. What would cause that to jump? What would cause that to jump all the way up there? There's always some little fucking thing with Blender. It's like, origin is in the middle. on the same point as this. We're making an array like this array can go this way, right? Like we should be able to set the array to that empty. And then like what is that? What possible? I don't get it. I don't get it at all. Okay, so what if I just go, look, if I just go empty selection cursor to world origin, okay? And then empty to the world origin. We take this thing, we go origin to geometry, and we set this to be 0, and we set its location to be on here, and the Y to be that. Okay. Let's just fucking get rid of this empty. Add empty plane axis. All zeros. Okay. Now, if I set the origin of this to a 3D cursor, add the array, set the offset to the empty, and then why does it fucking jump up there? Why? The fuck? It makes no sense. Origin is there, empty is in the middle. I'm just going to place these things. Screw this. I'm literally just going to place them. It'll take me less time to do it this way. So dumb. Okay, we'll just do this on our own. Okay, I'll try this again. So we're gonna try to set the cursor to selected. These are probably not in the right spot. Nope. Okay. Why? Why does every single thing frickin' follow except for these stupid streamers? Like, why? Why the fuck? Like, is that? What is that? What is the light? Why is the light? These things like have. It's not their origin. What is it? I might have got it. Man, I've been rough shape right now. See if I can just get this finished, and then I gotta take a break. I'm hurting. I'm very happy with that. I like the colors that comes up. This is not perfect. I'm gonna see if about the rotation maybe. So if hopefully it all works now, so I should be able to change the rotation of this until the streamers are like, yeah. Something like that. I like that. Okay, so then if this worked, hopefully that worked. So I have this airship, so now I should be able to, fingers crossed, duplicate the whole collection. Select objects. I can't remember, honestly. Cursor to selected. I can't remember whether 2 seconds ago I did that. I guess I did. Looks okay. I like to keep them all going the same direction too, ideally. Okay, so then we'll duplicate this one. Okay, I already did this wrong. My brain is just, it's not here. It's just not here right now. Okay. So annoying. Okay. Step 1, duplicate as a link collection. Step 2, go find the other balloon. Okay. Select it. What we gotta do is select it. Set the cursor to selected. Select this entire collection. Okay. Move selection to the cursor. Double check. It has its lights. It has its streamers. We're good. Okay. Do this again. Duplicate linked. Select, I think it's this balloon. Yeah. Cursor to selected. Select objects. Selection to cursor. Get rid of the day. I think that's it. Okay, so what do we got? We've got 3 balloons, which is what I wanted. Okay, so we got 3 balloons. Okay, looks good. Looks good. Okay. So now we'll save this. Save this as 5.1. Yeah, so now that I've got that optimized, it's a little bit easier on the last piece is to do the water. My mentally don't have it right now, so I'm gonna take a break. Actually, I won't take a break. I'll stop the stream. I'll come back potentially this afternoon. But yeah, I need to kind of clear my head and try to still recover from whatever I had. I swear it was COVID, but I tested negative. So thanks for joining. We'll just come back later on today. I'm not going to set a schedule for the next little while just because I got to get this done. But we'll keep working and I'll keep streaming and appreciate everyone that joined. And we'll see you